Hello, and good afternoon. Hi there, Mr. Cow. How is everything going for you tonight? It's one of those rare occasions where we're actually doing this around the afternoon time here. I had one of those cases where I basically got everything I needed to done for the day, so why not, you know? Had the afternoon to go finish up on my work stuff, was taking a carpet cleaner to everything. So stuff's looking pretty darn spiffy over here. Got everyone's dinner done, so why the hell not do some absurd challenges? One, makes no sense. Clearly, it's just the best way to do it. Also, you know what I just noticed? Man, that chat is in the completely wrong place. Hang on. That's completely not supposed to be there like that. Okay, there we go. That's looking a little bit better. A little bit, though it's incredibly hard to see still. Jeez. Wait, night? Yeah, no, it is... Yeah, one of those weird times where I'm actually doing this in the evening. By the way, just so you guys know, I was trying to figure out how exactly to do the whole transparency thing earlier. Didn't quite work out so hot, so not entirely sure how to make that happen. But oh well. So the chat's gonna be barely frickin' visible because, of course, that's just the way it's done. But I think I know how to make this happen now that I think about it. Let's see, background color is this. Yeah. How do I... Let's see, bigger font size first of all. I think I might be able to make it show up. Maybe. Okay. See if that works. Maybe makes it show up a little bit better. Actually, it seems to have made it completely invisible now for some reason. Okay, why exactly is that? Yeah, I don't know why, it definitely seems to have just gone completely invisible for some reason. What can I say? Huh. Well, what can I say? I'm not very good at this. I don't know. While doing this, I'm going to try to figure out what the hell is going on with that. That shouldn't be the case at all. Alright, how do I fix you? Let's, Is anybody seeing anything showing up? Because, yeah, I'm pretty sure it isn't showing up. I don't know why it's... Like, it shows fine on my end, as far as I can tell, anyway. Give it a bigger font size. Let's give it some obnoxious color that isn't anywhere else. Like, let's say light blue for some reason. Or kind of like a... Yeah, you know what a lightish blue works. So let's set it as that. Does it show up now? Still not showing up. Why is that? Yeah, sorry, I have no idea. Hopefully it'll be back. But yeah, for the time being, I guess it'll be okay there. Maybe it'll come back later. Maybe it just lost its connection or something. Maybe the software is just being a bit of a pain as it's been. So, if you're wondering what the hell we're doing here, running back and forth, well, we're trying to turn 70. That's what we're doing. You can actually just advance the game clock and get birthday gifts over and over for just years. Like, you can go all the way up to 100, I've been told. So yeah, that's kind of what we're doing here. So with every single passing year, we're getting another stat-boosting item, which are then all going to be sold for a bunch of chain training sessions for all of the squad leaders there. And yeah, then yeah, once everybody's good and absurdly overleveled, we're gonna go ahead and move on there. And by the way, I actually had a theory as to why on Earth legions are as trash as they are, because I think I don't know, I haven't gotten any confirmation of this. There's a guy, I think it was Grant, that was looking through the files to try to figure out what exactly made them tick. Maybe they can get a bit more insight on it. But I have a theory that the way it's supposed to work is that there's a level difference. It essentially takes into account the level difference between whatever the main, like, Centurion commander unit, whatever is, like, between their level and the, whatever the unit that they're fighting is. And then, essentially does the same kind of rolls that it does for team attacks, to determine anywhere between like 25 to 100% damage and the chance to crit. I think that might be what's causing it, because that's the only thing I can explain, or I can possibly think to explain all the bizarre behavior it's been showing. Like when I went and turned Steve into a Centurion kind of situation, he's been doing a lot more sometimes. Like it's been so beyond, so well and beyond unusual that it's like sometimes it does 60, other times it does 1. It even within the same level amounts. So it didn't seem to make sense. I'm assuming there's some kind of resistance aspect to it as well. Like maybe they're attacking with some certain element. Because I couldn't help but notice that, yeah, casters were generally always taking around 10. Even when they were severely underleveled, they were still taking around 10-ish. Whereas some of the lighter units were, you know, happily going up to like 60 or so. I actually think that 160 was against the Dragon Tamer, if I recall correctly. And then, like, dragons themselves seem to always take 5 to about 30. Like, I don't know what it is. So far, no stat that I've tried to go and boost on any of the leader characters has actually, like, directly changed it, so I don't know what to tell you. Oh, there we go, now it's showing up. So I guess it's just, despite the fact that I told it to show up forever, it's only showing up for a short amount of time for some reason. So there we go, let's set it up this way, where I have little icon boxes kind of slightly hanging off to the left, and then the chat showing up to the right. Man, that looks really awful, so apologies. I thought that this would look a little bit better than it does. Unfortunately, it's not the case. Actually, what if I change the text? What if I go ahead and change that text a little bit? Maybe turn that to grayish? Something like that? Yeah, text color. Actually, let's set that to white. See if that shows up a little bit better. Wait, no, why the hell would that show up better? No, change it to black. What am I doing? I'm doing it completely wrong. There we go. Font settings to Brack. There we go. Give it Gigantor letters. I mean, that kind of sort of works. A little bit. Let's hope that works. I'm pretty sure at any moment here. Like, actually, no, wait. I think Pan's off doing either work or his other stuff, so maybe I won't get yelled at this time. Stop doing it wrong! I can't help it. I do everything wrong. It's what I do. Oh, hang on one sec. Kiddo needs some help. How's it going with all the emote stuff there, Mr. Cow? Getting all the faces in here. Haven't covered the screen and all the crazy tentacle stuff yet. Actually, wait a second. You know what? Oh, there we go. There we go. See, that's what we're looking for. You know, let's actually... Where do I want to put this? Because seriously, no matter where I put this, it's going to look like trash because of the way they have it set up. What if I move this a little over this way? Let's have this here. Then it looks only like 99.9% like trash. Yeah, there we go. That looks about right-ish for being horrible. I'll fix it next time. But that is not this time. It is that other time. And now that it's year 302, we finally turned 70, so now we can actually move on with the story here. So, happy birthday! Are we gonna get derided even farther? Like, I love how at this point, what's his face, why can't I even remember his name anymore? It's funny, because I was about to say this guy, like, this guy over there. God dang it, seriously, why can I not remember his name? The friggin' rival guy. Anyway, he was already getting senile last decade. Oh yeah, Leah's calling us a kid now, because we're all 70. Like, how old are you? Dio, there we go. You're too old to have a birthday party? Dude, you're never too old to have a birthday party. It's like, shut up and listen to your commander. Happy birthday, I'm tired of saying it. We had to say it like 70 times in a row. How old are you now? 70. And yeah, he gets more and more awkward with each passing year, it's great. Times like this, you never know which day will be the last. This is for you, just in case W, we aren't sure how helpful it will be, though. Although, each of these gifts have been getting better and better every year. So yeah, you can get this stuff at, like, one mission into the game, as far as I'm aware. Because all of it's pretty OP stuff. Let's see, Mastaba's Barrier. Okay, that sounds fancy. Is it like a shield or something? People have told me they get, like, one of the best weapons in the game at 100 or something. But yeah, no, we already have one item that lets you completely ignore terrain, and we have another thing that basically makes you never have to rest, and yeah, it's completely jacked in terms of balance. Yeah, is it a shield? No. Alright, is it an armor? No. Is it a carryable? Let's see. Item known to prevent its owner from becoming undead, but does it really? Wow, that's worthless. Okay. I mean, I guess we'll give that to somebody, but that's not really a problem that we have. Alright, screw it. Let's turn 80. Why the hell not? We're just gonna keep hitting the button. Because, yeah, I plan to be able to get, like, one mission in as per usual. Because I have about, give or take, like an hour, maybe a little bit over 2 hours, maybe. Something like that. Depends on how the kiddos do. So, we'll see. We'll see. Actually, it might be like an hour and a half. We'll see how it goes. But there we go, yeah. So yeah, the way it works, every 10 years you get a unique item, and then every one of the years between then and there, you get an item that will give you a little bit of a stat boost. Funny part is, though, 90% of the time, those items are better off just being sold and being used for training. Because you can sell each of them for 675, and training is about, like, 708 for most of the characters. At least if you go for the cheap training, which is honestly just as effective, because it's not like you need above 100%, and it's not like anyone really needs a challenge. You're just there to get free XP, so... Well, I mean, you're there to pay for XP, basically. So, using that particular method, yeah, you can just go level up 5 guys for the price of what would otherwise have been 1. Like, if you want to keep a low level, of course, that's a completely different story. That's a different type of run entirely. But, yeah. So, I'm pretty sure our Chaos Frame is beyond butchered at this point. Like, we've been putzing around for, what is it, like 7 decades now? So, I'm pretty sure we're beyond the point of being able to convince anyone we're here for good reasons. Not to mention the fact that we've taken so long on some of these fights that, you know, reputation's basically in the toilet already, so whatever, might as well just make it easy. Might as friggin' well. It's not like, I actually just want to see how far down the rabbit hole we can go with this. It's like, I want to see just how bad, like, the full awful reputation ending is at this point. Because, yeah, last time, it got pretty grim in March of the Black Queen. Like, they basically tried to assassinate Steve. I like to think he just slipped away in the night, but whatever. So, how old are you now? Is this really a happy birthday? Thanks to Precio. Yeah, happy birthday. Yeah, even when the, like, head priest is pissed off, a birthday party almost have nothing better else to do. Ah, beautiful. It's like, I don't know why we're doing this either. We're getting old. How long has it been since we first met? Time passes and cannot be regained. Do not let time slip through your fingers. I think he's like 150 by now. Only took 70 years to save you Ungrateful Outs? Yeah, exactly. Oh, we get silver hourglasses. Wow. So the items that we're going to be selling... Oh, you know what? Actually, that's neat. He's talking about how time can't be regained, so he gives you an item that slows time. But yeah, no, from here, that cutscene will be... The next 8 times will be the same thing, but, yeah. Yeah, that's, The game's getting pretty pissed off at the shenanigans right now. Let's go resize that text box again, because apparently, yeah, I've got nothing else to do. So, yeah. Upwards and onwards, let's go ahead and just become 100. Why not? See if you really do get the best weapons in the game doing this. Because, like I said, so far the best item by far has been the one from, like, 50 or something, the Sleipnir. Like, it's just basically a little horse figure you give somebody and they're like, oh yeah, no, I can go like 100 miles an hour now. So I just gave it to my head paladin guy and he just flies around like a dang, like, fighter jet. It's pretty great. And yeah, right now nobody's actually assembled in squads, because again, I'm just going to sell all this random birthday garbage. I'm going to see what the other item is, because it randomly jumps between 2 items as far as I can tell, for every decade, so if it's just silver hourglasses, I'm actually just going to skip all the way to 80, because those things, like, you can get them for free. There's really no reason to even go for them. The other stuff you can sell for $6.75 each, those things are like 75, so there's, like I said, just no point. Typically, the better way to do it is you just go to Mount Ithaca over here, the one that I keep running over to. You have everybody form up into legions, and then, yeah, you just basically march around the entire map, going and combing the entire thing. As far as I can tell, all of the random events, I'm assuming they, like, bounce around the map or something like that. Like, maybe they just have little spots along the map that turn on and off as you go along, and then they probably only have a set amount, because they become less and less likely as time goes on. It seems like you can do them infinitely, but yeah, there's just less and less of them out there. But the very first time that you enter into a map, you can get several of them right away with no real issue. So yeah, you can just farm stuff like crazy, and yes, judging by the 80-hour runtime and the fact that we're a realistic only like 4 hours into the game, that should probably tell you that maybe there's been a little bit of grinding done. Yeah, I think somebody just came and got scared away by the god-awful layout. Man, this looks egregious. I'm not even gonna lie. I've been told to set it to a different transparency, but I have no idea how. Like, I'll be blunt, I have no idea how to do that. If it was Photoshop, I mean, I don't know if I save it as a Photoshop file. There's no option in this thing. Using standard OBS seems like it might be the better way to do it, but then there's no plugin that I could find to make the chat thingy show up, which, granted, I'm butchering anyway, so, I'll figure it out at some point. It's not super intuitive, let's put it that way. It seems like every single little step needs to have 6 other steps behind it. It's like, in theory, it's simple, in practice, it's... yeah. Also, I just noticed, I didn't actually check what that other item was. Let's go check. List items, and what do we got here? So these were from the last one. So we got 2 silver hourglasses so far. Whatever, let's move on here. Moving on. Yeah, if it winds up just being silver hourglasses, it's just not worth the effort. Like, literally not worth opening the frickin' menu to go get those things. That'd be pretty great if, by the time you get to 90, they're just like, here's a healing leaf, go make yourself some tea, because you're so old you're probably decaying in your chair already. Like, to think by the end of it, Warren is just gonna look like that one guy from Bloodborne that just, like, sits on his balcony, just pointing a stick at a lake. I just ran into that guy the other day. Frickin' spider kept kicking me in the nuts over and over. That is to say, not even the boss spider, it was one of his little crunchy spiders on the sides that kept just repeatedly stepping on me in a weird bit of, I guess, deserved irony. I'm like, oh yeah, you've stepped on so many spiders, we'll get stepped on by a spider. I have a feeling FromSoft maybe likes to do that kind of thing. Because that's multiple games now where they've had spiders that go out of their way to step on you. Because yeah, no, there was that giant... Okay, you had the Iron Spider in Demons, you had the, what's-her-face, Witch Lady in DS1, you had the Giant Spider in DS2, you had that one spider thing in DS3, you have the boss spider in Bloodborne, and you had a crapload of gigantic spiders in Shadow Tower and Kingsfield. You know, basically every single Kingsfield, there's always a giant spider. They just can't help themselves with that giant spider. Hell, even Armored Core had giant spiders. What is with FromSoft and giant spiders? Why do they have to be everywhere? Let's see, haven't got that far? Wait, you haven't got that far yet? You've had that thing for, like, months. How have you not gotten that far yet? I mean, I thought I was stuck and going slow, dang. No offense intended, of course, but still. It's like, yeah, there's just an old guy pointing at a lake. It's like, oh, go lake, and then it's glowing, so I guess you just assume you're supposed to fall into that thing. That reminded me of one of the things in DS1, so I figured, screw it, hop into hole, and yeah, sure enough. They're like, oh, congratulations on figuring out the knot puzzle, have a boss fight. It'll kill you super easily. I'm not sure why it did so, either. Because the funny part is, I thought my character was really OP by that point. Like, I'd accidentally gone to one of them chalice-y things, and went to one that was apparently way out of my league. Like, accidentally fought him. Okay, so I managed to fight a bunch of stuff, got way more points out of that than I expected. Got like 8 levels out of that, and just suddenly nothing did damage anymore. Pretty much steamrolled 3 other bosses before that spider. It's like, without any real issue. Like, ones that I had actually heard people having issues with. And, oh. Little man over here says hi. Also, there's another birthday. So you either busy playing either Monster Hunter or Armored Core? Come to think of it, do any of the ACs work on a PS4? I'll actually check that. Also, be right back 1 sec. Alright, you know what? That is the item I'd heard about. Or at least one of the items I'd heard about. So that thing is the one that makes combo attacks more likely to happen. Yeah, I feel like they really could have done a lot more with that mechanic. Actually, I'm kind of hoping to see if maybe by any chance that that sort of feature can be put into Mecha Story. That's that strategy game I cover every now and then, the one that's in development. Because yeah, they're still putting together a lot of the features of that thing, but it seems like it would have been perfect for their formula that they used. Just because, yeah, combo attacks are probably one of those things that when I originally heard them, when I heard about the general concept of what this game was going for, like, those were one of those things that was really up there in terms of like, man, that sounds really, really cool. And then, yeah, it turns out they're actually a very minor part of the game, but still, like, it would have been really nice, like, just have, like, okay, so I was talking to the dev there, right? So I'm saying, like, it would have been cool to have things like, okay, you have, 3 knights in a row or something in a formation, and just, they form up a shield wall, and they have higher defense, but only in the front row. Or, like, you have a bunch of archers in the back, so they're all going to focus fire on one guy. Or, you have a bunch of different casters together, and they combine their stuff, which they do in this. Or, like, let's say you have a bunch of single heal units, and you have them all combine into one big, party-wide heal. Or, like, I don't know, maybe just, like, a bunch of buffs can possibly stack on top of each other to make, like, a multi-barrier kind of situation. I don't know. But still, I just think it would have been, would have been cool to see more of that happening. So yeah, we're not going to be doing this for too much longer. I'm pretty sure the one for, what am I saying? Yeah, each of these years are going by pretty darn quick, as you can probably tell. If you were able to just skip the little thingy, it would have been really nice. But yeah, they specifically made it so that you do have to go through the menu to get your free item. If you don't check the event, it just gets deleted. Like, I actually missed the one for his 63rd birthday. So, yeah, unfortunately he never turned 63. But yeah, we're already halfway through 75, so... almost there, might as well just go all the dang way. So you just realized followers is at 64% under the Ogre 64? Yeah. It's funny because it actually went up to 67, and I don't know why it got stuck at 64. Because, yeah, it's at 67 right now. I'm looking at it. I'm... like, I guess it just never updated or something. But it wound up being weirdly perfect, so... that's very true. Who knows? Also, when is that supposed to be? Is it just not scrolled up all the way? Yeah, it's just not scrolled up all the way. I was seeing what looked like a weird kind of like muscle arm picture or something like that, but it was just the top of her head. Wait, are all these emojis just kind of already there, or are they stuff that you brought in? I have zero idea. I have zero idea of most things you may find. Actually, I think I may possibly have figured out a way to, oh, even, why is it not scrolling all the way down? I keep getting, like, half your emojis every time they come through. But yeah, so, what was I gonna, I think I may have figured out how to do the audio thing out of the PS4, like how to get my headset to work properly with it. And if that's the case, there's actually, once I finish up Bloodborne for the first time there, I was really interested in doing a level 1 run of that. I'm sure there's folks that have already done it, but still, I'd be really interested to try it. Because, like, every single time I go through one of their games, I'm like, the back of my head is just constantly going through the entire time, just like, don't even finish it, just restart it with a challenge run. Just do, like, here's, like, a billion different ideas for challenges and stuff like that. I don't know why it does that. Like, ever since I've been a kid, every time I play through a game, like, I'll get 60% of the way through, I'll get really, really into it, and then just immediately, like, no, I gotta ruin it for myself with challenges. And I never do actually ruin it for myself. I just keep liking them more with every challenge. Like, you'd think I'd hate Armored Core 3 by this point. I've literally been rerunning that thing since I was, like, frickin' 10 or some crap. I forget when it came out, but, like, the year that it came out, I got it. And yeah, I've been doing runs and runs and runs constantly since then. And yeah, despite that, A, I still can't remember a lot of the things in it, and B, like, it's still an absolute joy, so I don't know.